All right, you're going to read something. I'm going to read something.
Okay.
Read away.
Story time.
Story time.
I actually got these astrology books.
Yes. You got one for me for Christmas.
I did. I got one for you. I got one for Charlie and for Evie. It does have these like monthly forecasts.
Yes, which I loved.
Have you paid attention to yours?
I have.
Have they been accurate?
January was very accurate. February was very accurate.
Yeah, I also bought myself the Cap book, but I feel like sometimes it hits and sometimes it just does not. June. You'll be drawn to a variety of activities, from shopping with friends to more introspective interests such as reading. If you've been taking artistic classes, this will be the perfect time to showcase what you've learned with your family by presenting a public performance or art exhibition. Kind of public performance. And it does talk about health, work and money, love life. And I feel like some of the health stuff has been on the money, which is interesting. If you start exercising again, you'll understand the importance of a healthy diet for maintaining high energy levels. Super important for us Geminis. Or anybody that really just wants to tap into Gemini season, which is like really tapping into that high vibe, high energy. Heartburn can disrupt your activities. Buy some Tums.
Heartburn in general can disrupt some activities.
Foods that are high in salt, such as fast food, can cause bloating. I don't know if
that's a astrology prediction or if that's just fact. Talking with Carla,
some of this,
fast food is dead food.
Right. And some stuff hits in here and some doesn't.
Yes,
right?
for
Obviously,
sure. Well, it's like anything
your
else.
income will likely increase through overtime work or from a bonus from your performance. Well, yeah, if you work overtime, your income is going to increase. So listen, guys, take all this with a grain of salt because I don't necessarily love everything in this book, but I do think that we can gather some things from it that might pertain to us and we can work with that energy.
Yeah.
If you're an experienced investor disappointed with your current returns, this could be the right time for a new venture. Opportunities abroad could involve traveling. I feel like opportunities abroad definitely include traveling.
Who wrote this?
I would like to rewrite this.
You need to proofread this.
Listen here, Chantel, mon petite.
Yeah, right. The overarching theme, though, for Gemini season is that there will be opportunities for new beginnings, networking, and career advancements, but it will require hard work and strategic planning, which for me, I think just jives, right? Like again, this goes back to you got to put in the energy, you got to put into the work. So if you want your health to improve, if you want your financial situation to improve, if you want your career to improve, you got to work.
And Gemini,
you got to work, bitch.
I'm talking to you directly.
Brittany.
Consistency will be your best fucking friend. That is how you will achieve.
And consistency can be hard.
Your things.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah. Consistency with me goes back to the word habit. You got to make it a habit. You just gots to.
If you haven't heard the term habit stacking, this is your sign.
I've never heard the term habit stacking.
Oh, yeah. Go research habit stacking. It's basically where you take a habit that you already have in place every day and you attach this new habit that you're trying to cultivate in your life to it.
Okay.
So you're like, all right, every day I go to the bathroom, but I always forget to wash my face. I never do my skincare, right? Well, when you wake up in the morning, before you go to the restroom, then you're like, oh, I'm just going to grab some micellar water and,
I'm learning so much because the micellar water I had no idea about either until this past week when we talked to you guys about it.
Yeah. And then just start like that. Or like, a lot of times it's like, oh, you want to go for a walk. Well, put your walking shoes near the door where you do this. I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times before, but stack it with something else that you're already doing.
Yes.
As a way to actually.
Okay. That makes sense. That tracks. I like it. Well, this is what I'm going to read. Gemini is called the butterfly of the zodiac.
I thought you were going to say butthole. I swear to God. I was like, my God, Rachel. No, go on, please.
Just that one where it was the trash can of the end of the zodiac.
Wait, who said that? Oh,
that was the Pisces, yeah. So it's the butterfly of the zodiac, for it fleets from one situation to another in order to gain growth through many varied experiences. It is the most versatile and adaptable of signs, but it is not noted for concentration and persistence. The Chinese speak of it as the monkey sign because of the extreme restlessness.
Yep.
So I would say take those things that we just touched on that, you need to bring in concentration, persistence, and restlessness. And when they start to exhibit, they start to happen, then you can be like, oh, whoa. I got to rein it back in. So I can get back to what it is that I am focusing on. So you don't deviate from getting to the goal of whatever it is that you're focused on.
I've always considered myself a calculated risk taker, and I can be very spontaneous. However, that Cap energy comes in. I definitely purchased a plane ticket on a Friday for that day on a whim and just went to Miami. That's cool, as long as I have all my other shit taken care of. Right. If I have projects that are out there dangling, there's no way in hell I can do it. That productive part of me will not allow me.
Right.
But
you'll never be able to relax. Like, that's the whole point. Like, you can be spontaneous. Right. The spontaneity is actually just very strategically organized planning.
I mean, it wasn't when I was younger. It is as like in my 20s, it was not.
Listen, when we're in our 20s and we don't have children, that's a whole different ballgame.
So
but when you have humans.
Right, it's different. A good girlfriend and I lived together at one point, and I remember sitting on our stoop. I had packed my bag and I packed her bag, and I was just sitting on our porch waiting for her to come home from work one day, and I was like, we're going to DC. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, we're going to DC for Halloween. And we just got in the car and drove.
I love that.
It was so great.
I love that. We once did that. We went to Nicole and I with a couple other girlfriends. Our one friend was dating a Pittsburgh Penguin. So naturally, he was a Canadian. So we went to Canada and he had a home up there and we did it on a whim. And it was so funny because I realized on long road trips, Nicole doesn't like to wear pants. And I only realized this when we were pulling up to the border. And she's like, oh my God. She had like fallen asleep or whatever. She's like, I have to put my pants on. I was like, why do you not have pants on? She's like, oh, I can't wear pants on long road trips. What? I'm like, okay. So we're like pulling up and we're like giving them our birth certificates or whatever. And the guy was like, are you okay over there? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just putting my pants on. I was like, Jesus, Nicole. But yeah, I love spontaneous road trips. We don't do them anymore. But we did find a place that we're going to go. Okay. True story. The other day we were wrapping up our podcasts that will come out. It will already be out. So we have a podcast coming out with The Enchanted Table with Carla, and it's going to be amazing. And Kristen and Carla connected over rings. They were wearing rings and they were like, oh, did you get this at Lilydale? And Carla was like, yeah, I did. And I was like, what's Lilydale? It sounds like something out of Gilmore Girls, Oh, it's this amazing little enchanted, mystical...
spiritual village.
Yes, a spiritual village in New York State. Mm-hmm. And I was pissed. Not like pissed, like angry, but I was like, what? How do I not know about this? Like, I was all about hearing you have to be a mystic of some sort. You have to have a spiritual gift, either a psychic, a medium, doing something with with your four clairs in the town to have a home in the town. And it just sounds so incredible. And then Carla was showing me videos and pictures of this little place, this little magical haven.
Then Rachel found out that I had been there and she was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, why have we not gone there? Why are we not recording? Why have we not reached out to all these amazing women and men out there that live in this little tiny town? We need to go up there and just have like a whole weekend where we're like, we're going to record here.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd stay at that hotel. That might be too much energy for me.
I got an Airbnb.
Yeah. I think about that too, where I was like, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I think I would need a little bit of a...
I got one that was in walking distance to Lake Erie, so I could walk on the beach.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lake Erie is the shit. I love Lake Erie. All right. So the Gemini season for 2025 is positive. It is a positive energy. It's a positive time. Yes, you still have to do the work as you always do. You're not going to get away from doing the work, But it's such a positive time to take that energy, put in the work, and just reap the benefits that will come. Because let me tell you, when you are doing things for the right reasons, following that path, listening to your intuition, everything falls in line from there. You will not be misguided. You will be given exactly what you need, exactly when you need it.
I want to remind you guys that this is about enjoyment. Geminis love to spend time with people. They love to enjoy the arts. I mean, they just love life, right? Geminis remind us that the world is wide. Words are magic, and change is not the enemy. It's the beginning of a great story.